We've just talked about the choke point and all of those things that cause us chaos. This is exactly why you wanted to take the essentials time management training, is that we understand those things are a reality, and we want to begin to create some processes, some theories, some tangible things that we can do to help us become more productive and improve our time management and become more efficient. This is the 7-minute life theory of daily productivity. As you walk in every day and all those things come into your life, it is very difficult to pay attention. We have a lot of things that we want to do, but it is hard to make those decisions without a plan of action. This is where we have the 7-minute life. Again, there are hard stops. There's a beginning and an end of every day. This is the 24 hours that we have in a day, and it has a hard stop. It's this framework. There's nothing that we can do to make those 24 hours in a day longer. So here's the theory of the 7-minute life. If there are 24 hours in a day, that means there are 1,440 minutes. And the simplicity of the 7-minute life is that the entire theory is to ask you to take 1% of your day, literally 1% of your day, which is 14 minutes, 1% of your day. And I think you can see where this is going. 14 minutes of your day comes out to be 7 minutes in the evening and 7 minutes in the morning. And in those 7 minutes, what you will begin to do is create these repeatable habits. So rather than walking into your day with this envelope with some to-do list or Post-it notes stapled to your car keys or whatever it is that you do, rather than coming into the day with this, unplanned day, what we're going to teach you how to do in this class is we're going to teach you how to take 7 minutes in the evening and 7 minutes in the morning to do these key things. We're going to help you think through what it is that you need to accomplish. So in the evening, you're going to take out the daily progress report, and you're going to think about what you need to do tomorrow. So literally what you're going to do is this brain dump, and you're going to write down all of the things that you could do or that need to be done or that you don't want to forget to do sometime. It's just taking that chaos out of your brain and putting it onto a piece of paper. And that piece of paper that we call the daily progress report. We'll be getting to that in another section. But the beauty of the daily progress report is that it's one sheet of paper. It's just one sheet of paper that you can use over and over again. And what it encourages you to do is create these daily habits. In the evening, you're going to take that 7 minutes and you're simply going to think. You're going to think about all the things that you need to do, the goals that you're working on, the projects you're working on, what needs to happen next. So you're going to think about those things, and you're going to create this brain dump where in the daily progress report, you're going to write down all of these things. In other words, in the top 7 minutes, you're going to create a to-do list that's just like what you've been doing. And you're going to have this to-do list so that it gets out of your head and into a single piece of paper. Now, this to-do list is going to be clarified and distilled as we go through this class. So that's what makes me excited. But I think you can, you're just going to see how all of this fits together. Time is constantly moving forward. Today is all we have. We want to help you create this awareness of the limitations, the incredibly limited amount of time that you have every day. And remember, time is currency. Whatever job you're in, stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home dad, attorney, I don't know, everything that you could do is limited by this time. Time is a commodity. Time is a currency. We're going to help you create this awareness of how limited time is. If you only have 24 hours in the day, are you going to just let life come at you? Are you simply going to react to all of those things? Or do you have a choice, at least some choices? You have a choice of what you let into your life. So let me clear this off and let's start again. This is a key element of the 7-minute life. It's so simple, it makes such sense, but let's go through it a second time. Time is a limited commodity. There are only 24 hours in the day. There is nothing you can do about that. Time is always moving forward. Whether we're paying attention or not, we blink our eyes and another day has passed. Did we get what we wanted to do? Did we even know what we wanted to do? Or did that time simply move past without any recognition of whether or not we had accomplished tasks that were important, that were going to move us forward? This is a hard stop, a framework, a limited commodity, 24 hours a day. That breaks down into 1,440 minutes. The 7-minute life can become that big transformational piece, that journey that you've been looking for, that one piece of how you can make your life more organized. How can you move from the chaos into these repeatable systems? This theory of the 7-minute life is that you need repeatable systems, repeatable processes that are simple. If they're 1,440 minutes, I'm going to ask you to take 1% of your time, 1%, which is 14 minutes a day, 14 minutes a day to think, to plan, to get the clutter out of your mind, to make some decisions. And that's one of the things that people don't realize they can do, is that, when you're stuck and you're frozen and you just feel like you can't even move forward, by taking this 1% of our time, we can begin to realize that we do have choices. We can make decisions. Doesn't mean that other things aren't going to happen, but we can make decisions. This is what we do in the evening. With just a small amount of time, 7 minutes in the evening, and literally I take my iPhone and I turn it over. I set the timer for 7 minutes. I turn it over, and you will be shocked at how long 7 minutes is. Shocked. In the evening, you're going to take those 7 minutes to think, to plan, to go through all that clutter, and actually to create that old type of to-do list. When you do this brain dump and you begin to put everything on paper. So that's what happens in the evening. In the morning, you're going to take that 7 minutes, and everything's going to change. All good plans change, because in the morning, you're going to need to recalibrate. You're going to have to look at what's happened overnight, to look at what your emails are saying, the phone calls, the projects that have shifted on their deadlines. All the planning in the evening can be very helpful, but it's going to have to, at some point, be filtered down through what happens overnight. So here's your filter. New things are going to come into your life. So in the morning, you don't just stop planning, you start recalibrating. In the evening, you take that 7 minutes to write down, to think about what you want to do, to plan the best way to accomplish those tasks, to at least take those things that are swirling in your head and put them on a piece of paper. And when you do these things, you can make decisions of what's important. And as you do that, you're doing something that is important. You're creating an ordinary to-do list, because it has to be written down. At the same time in the evening, you're just getting everything out of your mind. And you create this to-do list that all of a sudden looks a little bit better. So you take all these things that are written down and you say, okay, here's the first thing that I need to do. That's the most important. Here's the second thing that I need to do. Here's the third thing, the fourth thing, and the fifth thing. So in that 7 minutes, you're thinking about those things. You're just taking this kind of high level view of what are the things that are most important. What do I really need to get done? In the morning, everything's going to have changed. You take this list that you've prioritized and you have to rethink it. That email that you've gotten, that the child that's gotten a sore throat, all of those things that happen, you recalibrate your day. So this is the theory of the 7 minutes. Last part about the 7 minutes. Everything in our life reflects back on this hard stop. You walked into your office today with 15 things, 15 tasks on your to-do list that were important. You felt like you needed to get these things done. This is the same thing that happens. It's a choke point. This 24 hours is also the choke point. But let's look at it in a different way. As you're drawing these things, 15 things on a to-do list does not look overwhelming. But again, let's make that number into a visual image. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tasks, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 things. All of a sudden you see that you've got this huge choke point going on. But then these are tasks that you need to do. What happens when something else comes in, like you want to go exercise or you want to cook a dinner with your family? These are things on your to-do list. But every single thing that you let into your life automatically knocks something else out. Every phone call that comes in, every new project, anything that comes into your day automatically knocks something out. Now, as you begin to see that everything that comes into your life automatically knocks something out, what typically gets knocked out is our sleep, is our time with our family, is exercise, and certainly time to think through our faith and the things that are most important to us. Again, awareness is one of those key things of the 7-minute life. Everything we let into our life automatically knocks something out. So let's round up this. 24 hours in a day, the simplicity of recognizing there are 1,440 minutes. What would happen to your life if you took 1% of your time? 1% of your time is 14 minutes. Simply take 7 minutes in the evening and 7 minutes in the morning to think and plan. If you take 1% of your time to think and plan, that leaves 99% of your time to execute these tasks.